I'd like to talk about the tax. Council has repeatedly stated Measure E was insufficient and did not provide long-term stability. The city is currently running a poll to shape its November tax measure. The poll raises some concerns. One, it doesn't show where the money will actually go, only where it might go. It excludes infrastructure, raising questions as to whether a utility tax will follow in a subsequent tax and raise the taxes even higher. It fails to identify goals or direct funds to achieving needed outcomes. It includes $1 million more in tree trimming to cyclically trim every tree in the city without a demonstrated demand. It understates the tax cost by using a 2,700 square foot home rather than the actual average, which is 3,100. It understates pension costs by representing the $2 million in debt service as the full cost while omitting other significant annual pension expenses. Pensions are our fastest growing cost in the city, and continuing to avoid the problem doesn't solve it. 7, it does not explain how paying down pension debt with a temporary tax permanently addresses the infrastructure funding gap by increasing the infrastructure funding to $4 million a year. Based on these poll questions, it appears the proposed solution is simply another tax measure that fails to address the structural deficit. This approach risks creating a never-ending cycle of crises and stacked taxes. Council's been in place for 8 years, yet there's no plan to balance the budget or implement meaningful reforms. Instead, we are being asked to approve a significant tax increase with no binding commitment to fix the underlying problems, just like Measure E. Our current financial challenges did not develop overnight. It's a result of years of indecision and inaction. The city can place the tax measure on the ballot on November, March, or June to avoid any gap in Measure E funding. We need revenue, but without meaningful reforms, goals, and a plan, another tax is not a solution. It's just a never-ending cycle of crises and stacked taxes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yep.
may I make a couple clarifying comments?
Sure.
Thank you, Ms. Myers, for your comments and suggestions. Just to clarify, staff decided to go with the median versus the average. We clearly indicated that on the survey. In addition, the additional funds was a real tough call for staff. One thing you never want to do as city manager or any member of a city staff is to get in front of the city council, obviously in a 2-week turnaround to try to decide on or make recommendations on how those funds would go. So we clearly indicated on the survey that these were for illustrative purposes. And finally, I've confirmed that yes, we could place something on a March ballot, and I believe it's a May ballot, and it's mail-in only in May. So that would be, there's a general election, statewide election in November of 2026. The approximate cost for that is, I don't have it in front of me, I think it's $50,000 to $75,000. An early estimate to place on a special election is closer to $300,000. So no decisions have been made. As everyone knows, the survey is out there. I plan to bring the results of the survey and share it with the entire community and the council, along with the staff recommendation, at which point the council will hopefully provide direction to staff on how to proceed.